delighted to be here with Hilary Knight. Hilary and I met years ago when the Plaza Hotel was dedicated a literary landmark, and we all know why. So you're a quintessential New Yorker.
I was born in Roslyn, Long Island, but came to New York in 1932. Where I lived has not changed at all. And I can go back to everything that I knew in 1932, and it's exactly the same, which you cannot say about every place in New York. So it's quite rewarding. I love that. And I had been going to the Plaza when I was a little child, living in New York. The Plaza Hotel is survived considering some of the less than great things that have happened, but the best thing, of course, that's happened to it was Eloise. And the great Kay Thompson was the one who did it all. She had performed there, and I got to know her very early on in her last part of her career, which was doing nightclubs. And she said, we must do this book together. And within a year, we had done it. I'm quite thrilled that I am both standing, not right now, and working. I've got many projects, which is fantastic.
Tell us some of the projects.
Well, we are working towards a new Eloise book. And I have my own book, which is really a biography of my early life, which is not going to be a children's book, but a graphic memoir of myself as a very small boy. But in this particular thing, I will have a twin sister. And we're separated. It is called Olive and Oliver, and it is my life story, seen through both my twin sister, and it is going to be written by my twin nieces. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, enjoy the evening.
Thank you so much.
Look, I found someone else with a bow tie. Hey, Paul Zelinsky, terrific to see you. Tell us about this bow tie.
Thank you, Rocco. This is my Circle Square Moose bow tie. It is a companion to the Circle Square Moose shirt, which was out on Twitter and Facebook and social media sorts of things, but really has to do with a book called Circle Square Moose, and I kind of like to make things to go with my books.
Speaking about making things to go with your book, I saw the trailer today, and it was really a lot of fun, but I was really surprised at the end when I saw the credits. Some of the voiceover artists were a surprise to me. Tell us, who were some of the people who helped you with this?
Kelly Bingham, the author of Circle Square Moose, and I are playing ourselves. So the first two people are us, and then the book is Denise Fleming in her singing debut. And after that, it goes on a lot. You have Cheese is John Sheska.
Cheese for Cheska. Very
This is
good.
true,
yes. Judy Blume plays a role in here, right?
She's a surprise at the end. She's a cat.
I hope.
Basically, I was interested in typecasting for the voices. There are many different shapes in this book because it's a shape book. And a lollipop who is a circle, that was Melissa Sweet. And a dot who's a circle, Peter Reynolds. You know, the obvious choices.
Right, and where does one find the book trailer?
Oh, it's if you Google Circle Square Moose Zelinsky, you'll find it. It's on my website. It's various places.
Well, I think everyone should definitely take a look at this book trailer. And is the book out or is it coming out?
It's coming out on the 23rd, so just 4 days from now.
A book birthday. Okay, well, enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Rocco.
You know, there are more than book illustrators and authors here at the Carle Honors tonight. There are librarians, and I found one of my favorite ones, Rita Auerbach. Rita, thanks for stopping by.
It's lovely to be here. I'm excited that you're doing this.
Well, you know, besides being a librarian, you have served on many award committees. Tell us some of them.
Well, one of my proudest was that I chaired the Caldecott Committee that honored Jerry Pinkney for Lion and the Mouse. That was extraordinary. But I am now on the Ezra Jack Keats Committee, which honors new authors and illustrators of picture books. I think you interviewed Paul Zelinsky just a short time ago. Paul is on that committee, so you can imagine how wonderful it is to get together with other librarians, with authors, with illustrators to talk about books. I'm on the board of the Association for Library Service to Children. I'm on the Coretta Scott King Lifetime Achievement Award Committee. I'm on the Ann Izzard Storyteller's Choice Award Committee.
For librarians that may be considering volunteering for an awards committee, tell us what you get out of serving on these committees.
A glorious life and the satisfaction of honoring books that would not always have been honored had I not been on the committee. That wasn't true of Lion and the Mouse, but it's been true of some other books that we've honored. The satisfaction of working with colleagues whom I respect and love. It's one of the joyful things in my life, and everybody should do it.
Well, thanks, and you enjoy the evening. I'm delighted to have Huck Scarry here, all the way from Switzerland and Austria. Huck is the son of Richard Scarry, and I'm really excited because I hear there's a new Richard Scarry book coming out. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. It's called The Best Lowly Worm Book Ever, and it's by Richard Scarry. It's a book which was found. I found it underneath my father's desk. It was just sketches in a gray portfolio, cardboard portfolio, and my publisher and I decided that we had the makings of a book here. So we've kept it pretty much as my father had originally designed it, and I simply did the finished artwork, and we now have a book which was started by my father and finished by me, but it's basically my father's work.
Tell us about the hat.
Well, I brought the hat. I'm here actually in New York this week and next week to promote the book. And this hat is a Tyrolean hat, which my father bought in 1950 in St. Anton in Tyrol. And when he came back from that trip, he wore this hat all the time. He lived in Connecticut, and he would come into New York City to visit his publishers, either looking for work or delivering work. And I thought it would be fun to bring the hat back. The hat, of course, is also the inspiration for the hat of my very best friend here, Lowly. Here he is. And he has the same hat, as you can see.
I see that.
So he's also a little Tyrolean, and so we are wearing this hat together.
So this is the character not only in this book, but in other books.
Yeah, well, Lowly, I think, is our number one character. He's our big star, and we just love him. He's so much fun to work with. He is the epitomization of everything that's good and positive and progressive, and he is a great problem solver, and he's just always on top of everything, and he's loads of fun to work with.
Hi, I'm here with Peter Glassman, the owner of Books of Wonder Bookstore, probably the best children's bookstore in the country, if not the world. And, you know, they were privileged to have some of the artwork that's being auctioned off tonight on display. Tell us a little bit about the artwork.
The artwork is amazing. It's donated by the artists themselves, and some of it is just so gorgeous. There's the original Chris Van Allsburg, Jerry Pinkney, Aaron Stead, all Caldecott medalists. Brian Pinkney donated a piece, Tom Lichtenheld, Oliver Jeffers, Myra Kalman. There's work by Garth Williams and William Steig. Just so much amazing work. And of course, there's a magnificent picture from Eric Carle, who of course started all this.
So your prediction of the highest bid, what artwork would that be?
I think hands down, the piece that will draw the highest bids is going to be the Eric Carle original, because it's just so magnificent. Although the Chris Van Allsburg will probably give it a run for its money.
Right, and Erin was worked for you, right?
Yes, Aaron Stead, who has donated an original based on her Caldecott winner, A Sick Day for Amos McGee, was an employee at Books of Wonder many years ago, and we're very proud of her.
And you had maybe one or two other employees that went on to bigger and better things. Not that working at Books of Wonder isn't a great job, but who are some of the others?
Oh, let's see. Robin McKinley worked for us. We've had Nick Brule, George O'Connor, Jason Chin, Bennett Madison, Jenny Hahn. I'm drawing a blank. Neil Numberman. We have about 15 people over the years.
Yeah. Well, if you come to New York, make Books of Wonder one of your stops because it's a New York City landmark. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
I'm here with Leonard Marcus, a children's book historian and a founding trustee of the Eric Carle Museum. So this is the 9th annual Carle Honors, and I understand you had something to do with the awards. Tell me, how did it come about?
That's right. Well, when the museum was 1 year old, we decided it would be nice to honor people who work in the industry who create children's books, especially picture books. We wanted to go beyond just honoring artists, as important as that is, to also show that other people are involved in the making of picture books and bringing them out into the world. So the Carle Honors was conceived as a way of honoring not only artists, but also people who mentor artists, such as editors and librarians, people who work in other media like television, but are interested in bringing picture books out into the larger world, and also institutions that are interested in supporting museums like the Eric Carle Museum.
And the 4 categories, they are?
Okay, artist for an illustrator for lifetime achievement, mentor, which often goes to an editor or to a librarian who's been supportive of the careers of picture book artists, Angel, which is the benefactor organization who supports museums like the Eric Carle Museum, and the 4th one is Bridge, and the Bridge is someone who doesn't work in the children's book world per se, or not always, but is doing something which connects children's books to the larger world. And this year, the Bridge is Françoise Mouly, and she is a publisher of children's books, but what makes her special and makes her a Bridge is that her field is comics. And comics were always thought of as being outside the realm of children's books, and she's helped bring them into that realm in a very exciting way.
Well, let's see if we could find Francois. I know she's here, so we'll see if we can find her and bring her up to the record.
I bet you can.